everybody, welcome to the tea table. We are on the way to 100 videos now. Just had 50 the other week. And today we're going to start looking at decks from Lost Origin. And we're going to start by looking at Kyurem VMAX here. So they have cut back on the amount of VMAXs they printed since they made V-Stars. But that doesn't mean they've stopped making them. Obviously, you've seen the last couple sets. They've kind of been sprinkled in here and there. And they've been okay. Nothing crazy, but I think Kyurem definitely has the potential to make a lot of noise. So we're going to jump in, look at this crazy deck list, and see what it has. And at the end, talk about other ways you can play it. So we're going to start with the Kyurem line. We got 3/3. Since you the Kyurem V, actually not too bad. It's attack for 1 water. Attach any number of water energy from your hand to your Pokemon, which is pretty cool. And then 140 for 3. Then you got the VMAX, 330 HP, weakness to meta, which may be a problem depending on your meta or what's good after next set. We don't know right now, but that's okay. It's got the ability Ice World. Once during your turn, you may discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a water, attach it to one of your Pokemon. So you don't even have to attach it to Kyurem itself, although in this deck, obviously, Kyurem is going to be the main Pokemon you attach to. And then it has Max Frost for 3 water. 120 plus, discard any amount of water energy from this Pokemon. If you do, it does 50 more for each one you discarded. So cool thing about this, unlike cards they printed in the past, like Grimmsnarl VMAX or stuff like that, or Rillaboom VMAXs, there's no limit. So you could discard 4 if you have to, or 5 even if you're just memeing, or you gotta knock out something really crazy, which is a really cool thing, and it does combo with the ability, and it comes with a lot of our deck actually, the ability and the attack, which we're going to look at right now. We're going to start with a 2/2 Altaria line. So, from lists I've looked at in Japan, they definitely go Inteleon line or Barrel, but we'll talk about that more later. So I went with Altaria, whose ability is once your turn to search your deck for a supporter and put it on top of your deck. Pretty cool. Not too bad. Helps you get set up. You see what spores we kind of got there. Now you're thinking, wait a second, Josh. I'll put the supporter on top. Well, how am I supposed to draw it? And that is where our boy Oranguru comes in, coming in all the way back, way back from Sword and Shield base set. Its ability is you may trade a card with your hand from with the top card of your deck. So you put that water energy you have in your hand, switch it with the supporter that's on top of your deck, use Kyurem, attach the water, and then you got whatever supporter you want, whether you need a Melanie for, as you see there, to power up, or any of the other ones to get going. So then the rest of the Pokemon, we do have a 1/1 Palkia V-Star. Obviously, everyone knows Palkia by now. That is in here, obviously, good at backup attacker as a 2-prize attacker, maybe if you have to pivot for a turn from your Kyurem, which is great. But also, the V-Star ability, won a game, attach 3 waters from your discard pile to your water Pokemon, any way you like. So if you had to discard all energy with Kyurem 1 turn, pop them all back on, attach Melanie, you just added like 250 damage to your attack, and you're getting going. Then we got Crobat V, obviously draw until you have 6 when you play it, pretty good. We got Radiant Greninja, so there is a Radiant Gardevoir, I believe, coming out in this next set, which says you take -20 from V attacks, I believe. So that could combo, depending on what the meta is, if you want to survive more attacks with your Kyurem, but we did go the Greninja because it combos with the Palkia, with its attack as well, and lets us draw cards, and powers up Melanie and stuff like that. Then our final Pokemon is going to be Empoleon V. So this card, it's existed, it's gotten some hype, some not hype. Its ability says your opponent's active is a basic, non-rule box Pokemon, it can't use abilities. So, currently that stuff's like basic Mew, or like a Snorlax right there. Or, I'm sorry, they don't have it, so like Miltank. So, it shut those down. But in the upcoming set, which we'll get to more in later videos, there are a couple different basic Pokemon that have abilities that deal with the Lost Zone that helps the opponent get set up or is a good attacker, and Empoleon can shut those off and slow them down. So I know it is a one-of, but if you can get it out fast against those kind of decks, definitely gives you the time to attack, and it does have that attack of 130 and moving energy to one of your bench Pokemon, so move it to Kyurem or Palkia, even Greninja if you have to power up for later. So we're going to get into the trainer cards now. We got the 3 Melanie, attach water from your discard pile to one of your Vs, combos with Greninja, and our attack. So get that energy. Let's say you got 2 Kyurems, ability, Melanie, attach. That's 4 energy in play. Easy money. Then we got the 2 professors research, discard your hand, draw 7. Still gotta have some draw like that. We got the 2 bosses order, bring up a Pokemon, get those knockouts. We got a Marnie going on here for disruption, so you can, if you got a card you want to save with the Rangaroo, and you got the Marnie going on, you can search for the Marnie, disrupt your opponent, save a card for you, and just, disrupt your opponent enough to maybe win the game or that extra turn. Who knows? But then we got a cool new card. We got Thornton here from the Lost Origin set. This card harkens back to good old Ninja Boy that we had. So Thornton does say you may trade a basic Pokemon in your pile with one you have in play. You keep all damage counters and everything on it, as you see there. But it is a really cool thing because if the Pokemon you trade has been out for 1 turn, you can evolve that Pokemon. So let's say I opened up, Radiant Greninja Swablu or something, and I attached a Greninja, and I'm like, oh man, I have a Kyurem in my hand, but I wasn't able to get it. You could definitely Thornton next turn, switch your Greninja, evolve to the VMAX, power, ability, attach, all that cool stuff, and get attacking. Super cool supporter. It's going to be interesting to see if this just becomes a one-of in a bunch of decks, because it is a really cool card that lets you pivot, especially if you have other lines in your deck. Like we have the one Palkia V and Empoleon V, so if we need to switch to those, get that out of here. Also, you can get out your Crobat V from play once you used it, which is really cool. So, also, based on the translation here, it doesn't say you have to switch out a basic Pokemon. So we'll have to see the final English translation. But it just says switch with one of your Pokemon. So if you can, drop your Kyurem VMAX for a Swablu, and then let that get knocked out, and your opponent take 1 prize instead of 3, and you bring up a fresh Kyurem, that could be insane. So we'll have to wait for the final English translation on that one. I don't believe it's been revealed yet. Could be wrong. But who knows on that one? If true, definitely crazy. So we're going to move on to the items here. We got the 4 Quick Ball, get those basics. We got the 2 Ultra Ball, discard 2, get any Pokemon, Evolution, Radiant, whatever. We got the 2 Evolution Instants there, get those Evolved Pokemon, as Kyurem and Altaria and Palkia, all very important. We got that Sweet and Heavy Ball, obviously you got the 1-ofs in your deck. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Pokemon basics that you got 1-ofs, and you know what? If you happen to prize other things, gets them out too. We got the 2 Capacious Buckets, search for 2 waters, easy go and put those in your hand, do the Rangaroo like we talked about, and get poppin'. Then we got 2 Hyper Potions. So, I don't remember if I saw this on the deck list when I was doing research, but I definitely want to put this in the deck because you Hyper Potion your Kyurem, and then you could just Melanie attach or Palkia, put all the energy back. So you're healing your Kyurem and then knocking him out. And like against Arceus, we'll do 180. You heal that, you're down to 60. Gonna be hard for him to knock you out in return. So you could definitely do a 4-3 prize trade, which would be insane. Which is another reason maybe Gardevoir, Radiant Gardevoir, might be a card to put in the deck to make a tankier version if you're not going to play other cards in the set that can be tanks. Then we got 1 Palpad, put back those supporters. I debated on if you needed this, but with the 1 Thornton, and if it's good as I think it's going to be, and you want your Melodies and stuff, I definitely put Palpad in. Before I made this list, there was 2, but that felt like too many. We got the 2 Switch, get your Pokemon out of there. Obviously, you don't want a Rangaroo or anything getting stuck. We got Ordinary Rod, put back 2 basic energy and or 2 Pokemon in your deck, so you can do both, get those energy back in, to recycle your Kyurem, or if you had to awkwardly discard something, or you can Thornton away a Pokemon, such as Crobat, and then Ordinary Rod it back into your deck, and then get it again. Crazy card there. We got the 2 Choice Bands, obviously. These are pretty good cards. Do 30 more of those. We ran out the tools with an Air Balloon. Just another way to help retreat. We're going to round out the stadiums with 2 Training Cord. Get back your energy you discarded. To recycle with your Radiant Greninja. Or put it back on top with a Rangaroo and use your ability. A lot of synergy combos. Crazy in this deck. And we got the 12 Water to finish it off. So this deck is crazy. Obviously, I played 0 games. I'll be real. I built it. It's the only deck I got built for this. So I haven't play tested anything. I've play tested 0. 0 games. Not negative, thankfully, but 0 games. But other ways I've seen this played are with the Inteleon line. Pretty simple on that one. We got Babero, like I said, just to draw cards. Pretty good there. I saw some, love this, Glaceon V-Star. I saw a couple wins with. I think it was more of just to have a V-Star Pokemon and do some combos with just attacking and having another pivot attacker, which was kind of cool if you ask me. And then, of course, Arceus V-Star, pretty self-explanatory. So, this is my version of Kyurem VMAX. I will hope to get some testing in soon as I can and post those results on Twitter. Let me know what other Lost Origin decks you want to see. I got a bunch. I got like 7 lined up. Work's just been busy, so I wanted this one to be out a couple days ago, but unfortunately, life is wacky like that. Let me know what you think of this one. Let me know what you think of Lost Origin in general. Let me know what decks you want to see. I'm Josh Hatter. That's Kyurem. This is the Tea Table, and I will see you next time.